Welcome back, Flare community. I hope you're all well and having an incredible day as always. Yes, it is Thursday, which means that we're going to run through the weekly news update of everything that's significant happening on the Songbird and the Flare network. We've got TRT in the house, we've got Zifnab, we've got Valiant Energy, aka John D. We've got Steve Lee, AA Best, 420 Todd Zilla, and Zero Cool. Yeah, we're going to jump straight in normal fashion, checking the Flare FTSO monitor and checking out the most accurate signal providers this week. So we're here at flare-ftso-monitor.flare.network, and this is the place where you can find the reward rates for all of the signal providers. I believe there are just over 100 actually providing data to the Flare time series Oracle. Topping the charts this week, it's ACDT FTSO, second place EDP FTSO, in third place it's Price Kraken, fourth place the Grungies, and in fifth place Light FTSO. So congratulations to all of those signal providers making it into the top 5. Moving on to NFTs here, we're on xHaven, the leading marketplace at the minute. And topping the charts is the Way to F Assets collection. Of course, this is freshly minted. I believe it was a free mint, and it's incredible to see the volume that they're producing currently this week alone. 282,000. In second place, we have the Block Bonez traits. In third place, the Focus Pass. Fourth place, Flare Rock. Don't ask me about that. And in fifth place, the Block Bonez foundational collection itself. So if we take a little peek at the True Gems marketplace, something that's newly launched in the past month, I believe. First place again, the Way to F assets. In second place, it's Dan Rocky on Flare. In third place, the raffle tickets. And fourth place again, Flare Rock. I don't even know what that's about. And I don't know, maybe this in fifth place is an imitation collection. So just stay tuned, because obviously these two are quite similar. So yeah, keep your wits about you if you are participating in purchasing any of these. Keep your wits about you. You never know who's out there. So moving on to, I guess, the biggest news of the week. The FTSO, the Flare Time Series Oracle, had a new update. This is the version V2. So this allows for regular updates every single second, better performance, and a wide range of data feeds. And like I said, high frequency updates. If you do want to get data on any network, this is probably the most efficient way to do so. And this is more than just a generic Oracle. It's actually provided by, or yes, reached consensus by over 100 different entities, which means that the data is very high integrity. Moving along here, some breaking news from Kinetic Markets. They've actually already integrated the second version of the FTSO. We have a quick peek at their announcement here. Kinetic has had a major update. The assets on their platform are now powered by the Flare Network's FTSO V2. This opens the door to new markets to be added to Kinetic. Stay tuned for more. So it looks like there's some new markets that are on the horizon. And if I'm not mistaken, actually, I believe they may have introduced a new market. Here we go. You can now supply wrapped Ethereum on Kinetic. So if you are holding wrapped Ethereum, possibly bridged by Stargate, you can now borrow and lend against that. This is the explosion of DeFi that we're witnessing on the Flare network, of course, enhanced and incentivized by the FLR DeFi emissions program. So it could be worth it. You know, there's a lot of opportunities here with very high APYs. And if you're in the right place at the right time, this is a good opportunity. If you're holding Ethereum and it's just sitting there, maybe worth considering bridging it to the Flare network and participating in a decentralized finance via Kinetic. Moving on here, this is from the Flare official account. Active users for F Assets Open Beta is going up. And as you know, this beta has been going on for quite some time now. It's a good opportunity for you to learn the ropes before it goes live on the Songbird network. And yeah, the statistics are all good. You can see the trend is generally upwards, which means that we're getting more and more participation, and that obviously catalyzes the rate of development, so the developers can actually seek some bugs and find any issues before it gets deployed on a live network. So if you're not participating, be sure to do so, because it's definitely a good learning curve and a good opportunity to learn before this protocol goes live on the main network itself. If you didn't know, Songbird's 3rd birthday was very recently, and to celebrate, the Flare team actually enhanced their block explorer. So this is the songbird-explorer.flare.network, where you can look into the various transactions. And they've had a bit of a refresh, a bit of a facelift. This is what it looks like. And of course, feel free to use it. It's a great resource for anyone that wants to dig a little bit deeper into the technical information that's available on the network. This is quite a powerful tweet from Flare Networks again. It takes 1.8 seconds, 10 lines of code, 0 cost to get secure data on the Flare network. Now, if you compare this to other oracles in the space, maybe it's Chainlink or something else, none of them have this efficiency. And one of the barrier to entries for a lot of developers is being able to access this data very easily. You can do it in 10 lines of code, and more importantly, you can get it fast and at 0 cost as well. Chainlink does actually offer a service where you can get decentralized, in quotation marks, decentralized data, but you do have to pay for it. So this is just one of the reasons why Flare is really paving the way as a network built for the future. Their tagline is blockchain for data. And honestly, this is going to be something that is going to be more prevalent going forward. There's a lot of applications and things that require such high integrity data, and Flare is facilitating that, especially when you look at applications such as xDeFi, which are doing futures markets, which is again due to launch in the very near future. They have to rely on high integrity data. They can't just get that from a generic oracle. They need something very robust, and they need to be able to be confident in the data that they're using in case of liquidations, in case of people are over collateralized and have to be liquidated. It's very important that the data that you receive, that they're ingesting from the dApp, is correct. We got this from RootScan here. Flare transactions surged over 1 million last week, likely driven by the launch of F Assets Open Beta and for Bitcoin, XRP, and Dogecoin. As you know, F Assets is probably the most highly anticipated protocol launch on the Flare network, and that's because it's going to unlock value for all of these networks that don't have EVM compatibility. That's Ethereum Virtual Machine, basically the networks that don't have smart contracts enabled. Currently, they're just quite dormant, these assets. They're sitting there without anything to do because the network itself cannot interact with various dApps, maybe in a centralized manner, but not in a decentralized manner, which is what cryptocurrency is about. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of liquidity flowing into the Flare network once F Assets goes live, and I feel like we're just on the horizon. Hugo himself said that this year they're going to ship everything. DeFi Llama here, they're now tracking SparkDex AI. This is one of the newly launched V3 decentralized exchanges on the Flare network, DeFi Llama are now tracking their fees and revenue dashboard. You can see a little snapshot here of the growth. And again, it's generally trending upwards, which is what we like to see. This is actually quite an interesting tweet. If you haven't heard of Amigi Swap, well, this is actually built by the creators of Bifrost Wallet, who are, again, 2O Labs. They've been part of the XRP community for many years now, as far as I can remember. Since, even 2017, they run an XRPL validator and infrastructure services on the Flare network. Of course, they've got the Bifrost wallet, which is the most popular wallet for the Flare network community, I believe. And Amigi Swap is built by them. And this is not just a decentralized exchange, it's actually a liquidity aggregator, let's say. So there are many decentralized exchanges on the Flare network, and something that is important to do is not fragment this liquidity. Amigi Swap is actually providing the user, you guys, with an opportunity to find the best rate. You want to swap X asset for Y asset, and what Amigi Swap will do is look at all of the decentralized exchanges, find the best rate for you, and then facilitate the swap between you and the best or the most liquid pairing. So this is something that I'm very excited about, and I will talk to you more about this in the near future. It's actually live right now on Flare and Songbird, but they do give a caveat that it is still in the testing phase. So proceed with caution. I've personally used it and seen great results, but I'll be talking about this in the near future and possibly providing some tutorials as well, so stay tuned. This is just a general message. This is from Scepter, the liquid staking on Flare, and they're issuing a warning, and this is not just for Scepter, this is for anyone, whether it's myself, whether it's the Flare network account, whether it's a set of builders that are building on the Flare network. Never interact with accounts that are claiming to be an employee on Twitter or X. Never interact with accounts, help, or support. This is a common vector where you may reply to a legitimate post from an entity and say, look, I'm struggling with this. And unfortunately, a lot of bots automatically reply. They tag onto keywords and say, I can help you, send me a direct message, and we'll go from there. And when people usher you to interact with them via a direct message, they want to do this in private because they want to basically steal your funds. And the way that they do that is pointing you or funneling you to a website which asks for your secret phrase. The number one rule for cryptocurrency and your assets that you're storing is that you have an account with a secret phrase, and anyone that has that secret phrase is able to access your funds. So no matter who you believe it is, whether it's Hugo, whether it's myself, whether it's an admin of a Discord, if someone's asking you for your secret phrase, they're trying to get your money. So just be very careful about that. Got some news from xHaven, formerly Sparkles, the leading NFT platform on the Flare network. We've heard that the Flare community loves incentives, of course. Well, we might just have the perfect recipe for NFT incentives on Flare with the imminent launch of xVN. Stay tuned. This is a native asset to xHaven. I believe that you can stake it essentially for a share of the fees that are generated by the NFT marketplace. Moving on to Block Bonez, of course, you guys know that this is my project. There's a very special auction here. This is the latest in the special auctions. So, of course, there's only 10 of these special traits. They all are ultra rare. They're one-of-one NFTs, and they give you the maximum reward rate for claiming rarity-based rewards. But beyond that, they also give you a share of the royalties of the full collection, which is a bit of a passive income source until 2026. And you also get a share of the auctions that are in BNZ, the Bonez token. So if there is an auction in this, the holders will actually share a 20% cut of the accumulated fees for that auction. So these special traits are no joke. There's only 10. 2 of them have already been sold. We've got 8 more left. And this one here is due to end in the next. Let's have a quick peek here. Go to the Block and Bonez website. Current bid is 16,900 FLR. And it's ending in 3 days and 1 hour. So say 3 days from now, it's Thursday. So it's looking like it's going to be ending on Sunday evening for me in the UK. Of course, wherever you are in your time zone, it may be different, but just think about it as 3 days from now and 1 hour. So stay tuned for that. I'm intrigued to see how much it will sell for. Time will tell. Again, another tweet from Block and Bonez. Sit back, relax, and prepare for Q4 because I'm very busy working on the rarity-based rewards for every single Block and Bonez NFT. If you've managed to fully fuse your NFT, that means having a Block and Bonez NFT with a head or a hat trait, a torso trait, a background trait, some glasses, an eye trait, and a mouth trait. Once it's fully fused, you're going to be able to claim FLR every single month until the wallet is depleted. So this is coming in Q4. It's just a warning. If you haven't already got yourself a Block and Bonez, you can find them on xHaven on the secondary market. And yeah, big things are coming. Stay tuned. FLR Chat actually had an announcement very recently. They said that there's a new integration, and this is with the Bifrost wallet. FLR domains are now integrated into Bifrost. So if you want to sell, send anyone some assets or maybe an NFT, you can actually use the FLR domains as part of the app. So instead of copying and pasting this this string of numbers and letters, which is not very human readable, you can instead do the domain name like this. It could be flarecommunity.flr. A lot easier to interact with, and again, a different, I guess, lowering the barrier to entry for people that may not be familiar with addresses on the Flare network or any EVM network. So this is wrapping up here. There are not many layer 1s that are changing the game. Many are just the same old EVM, Ethereum Virtual Machine compatible blockchains with cheap fees and fast transactions. We see this all over the place, and you know what is being built on the Flare network is novel and it's never been done before. And to me, that is a very exciting prospect. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm supporting the Flare network, because they're building something that is completely new. And that is, you know, I always say this, right? If you're paving your own path, you don't have to worry about people overtaking you, right? They're leading the charge, and this is going to be a new type of oracle for the entire crypto industry. And there's a lot of promise within that. There's a lot of potential upside. I guess with Hugo saying that they will ship everything by the end of the year, you can expect F assets to go live before the year is out. And yeah, good times ahead. So yeah, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. But that is pretty much the news for this week. Again, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to give the video a like. Have a great weekend if I don't see you before, and until next time, I'm out.